Something just happened in Bitcoin that nobody thought would ever happen. The man who spent years telling people to buy Bitcoin and never sell it just gave himself permission to sell. And if you never heard of Michael Saylor before, don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this matters. See, Michael Saylor is basically the biggest corporate Bitcoin bull on the planet. Back in 2020, he took a company called Michael Strategy, now called Strategy, and started doing something almost nobody had ever done before. He started buying Bitcoin. Then he bought more. Then he borrowed more money and bought more. Then he sold stock and bought more. Then he borrowed even more money. And guess what he did? He bought more Bitcoin. Today, his company owns over 847,000 Bitcoin, making it the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin in the entire world. And for years, Saylor had one message: buy Bitcoin, never sell Bitcoin, hold forever. That wasn't just his investment strategy. For a lot of people in crypto, it became a belief system. People who sold Bitcoin were called weak hands. People who took profits were told they didn't understand Bitcoin. The message was simple: real believers never sell. But now something historic has happened. Strategy has officially created a framework that allows the company to sell Bitcoin if management believes it benefits the business. Now, before the Bitcoin maxis lose their mind in the comments, let's be clear. Strategy is not selling Bitcoin today. Michael Saylor has not suddenly become bearish. But for the first time ever, the company built on the idea of never selling Bitcoin has admitted that there maybe it makes sense to start selling. Remember, they weren't just buying Bitcoin. The company built an entire financial machine behind Bitcoin. And here's how it worked. Investors became excited about Strategy's Bitcoin strategy, so they bought the stock. As the stock price went up, Strategy could issue new shares, raise billions of dollars, and use that money to buy even more Bitcoin. More Bitcoin created more excitement. More excitement pushed the stock price even higher, and the cycle kept repeating. It was one of the most aggressive corporate strategies Wall Street has ever seen. But recently, something changed. For the first time in history, the market started valuing Strategy at less than Bitcoin it owns. Think about that. For years, investors were willing to pay extra just to own a piece of Michael Saylor's company. Now the market is saying, we'd rather just own the Bitcoin itself. That's a huge shift, because once that premium disappears, the old machine starts slowing down. So Saylor adapted. The company built a massive cash reserve, approved buybacks, raised dividends on some securities, and created a Bitcoin Monetization Program that allows Bitcoin sales when advantageous. In other words, the man known for unlimited buying, he's starting to put out. In other words, the man known for unlimited offense is now preparing to play defense. And honestly, I think there's a lesson here for every investor. The internet would tell you to never sell, never take profits, diamond hands forever. But life doesn't work that way. People got bills, y'all. Family has needs, companies have debt, and even the biggest Bitcoin believer in the world now recognizes that flexibility matters. Because at the end of the day, investing isn't about impressing strangers online. It's about improving your life. It's about generational wealth. And maybe that's the real story here. The world's biggest Bitcoin bull didn't abandon Bitcoin. He simply acknowledged something every investor eventually learns. Conviction is important, but survival is mandatory. Take profits.